Hello, I'm Greg Harrison with the USDA Market News Service here in St. Joe, Missouri with your National Feeder Cattle Summary this week. Compared to last week, yearlings traded mostly for the week steady to $5 higher. Spots, there's $6 higher, and even a few auctions were traded up to $8 higher. Calves started the week on Monday at most of our major auctions, steady to $5 lower. Then from midweek on, we see a lot of calves trading mostly steady. In instances, $5 higher in spots where calves are available. Most of the receipts through the Midwest, the Northern Plains, and through the Southwest are calves. Bulk of the receipts are cattle, feeder cattle weighing over 600 pounds. A few instances where there's a lot of lightweight calves under 500 pounds. There was places where they were quoted 5 to 10 lower. Discounts continue on many of the calves that are fleshy and unweaned. A lot of these new crop calves have coming to the auction that are not weaned, and just selling with discounts and we really just tend to melt when it gets hot weather. A higher auction market this week for yearlings, where prices were stronger than many would have expected after last week's lower trends seen around the auction circuit. The market shook off last week's cattle on feed report, which was viewed as mildly to moderately bearish for the trade on Monday. Most of the futures traded with triple-digit losses to start the week. But looking at some prices this week in Bassett, Nebraska on Wednesday, sold 450 head of 650 pound steers, averaging 624 pounds, sold with a weighted average price of $268.79. Torrington, Wyoming on Wednesday sold 185 steers weighing between 800 to 850 pounds, averaging 822 pounds, sold with a weighted average price of $219.65. Going back to the cattle on feed report, placements came in 5% higher than expected, which should push cattle supplies larger into the fall. Packers still have plenty of cattle to harvest from now through the 4th of July, which is the premier beef demand season. Looking at choice box beef prices this week, through midweek, basically trading in that 258 to 259 mark, and then on Wednesday started trading a little lower, and on Thursday's close it was down $1.65 at 256.90, but a good movement of 180 loads. But going back to Wednesday afternoon, box beef movement was very impressive with 221 total loads moved, which would be one of the few times this year where we would have moved over 200 total loads. Auction receipts are starting to become lighter and will continue to do so for the balance of the spring. Many producers will be concentrated on corn and soybean planting, which most supplies of calves and yearlings being turned out on grass till summer yearling specials start. Corn planting on Monday was 19% completed, which with good weather forecasted for clear skies through most of the Corn Belt for the rest of the week. Planning's running at a high pace, and it's very possible that we'll see that 19% completed could double by next Monday's report. Looking at some North Central region feeder steer prices, 600-700 pounds, about $6 higher than last week, trading at $253.71. 700 to 800 pounds, $2 higher at $228.58. 800 to 900 pound steers, $1 higher at $206.95. Looking at some South Central region prices for feeder steers weighing 500 to 600 pounds, up about $2 over last week at $267.40. 600 to 700 pounds, $1 higher at $240.52. 700 to 800 pounds running about $4 higher at $218.26. 800 to 900 pounds, $2 higher at $203.72. In the southeastern region, steers weighing 400 to 500 pounds, $2 higher at $282.59, and 500 to 600 pounds running about steady with last week at $254.49. That's your markets for this week. Thanks for listening. Be back with you next week.